You know what I just realized? What's your birth name?
John. My government name?
Yeah,
John Ramirez.
John Ramirez.
Yeah. My name though is Scrappy Ramirez. No, people still call me John, but no one calls me John.
Okay, John. Well, let's talk about something that we touched base on today, which is where are you from?
I'm half Belizean, half Honduran, and my mother's Guatemalan. But because I grew up with my father, that's who I represent. You know that question's like, oh, you're Guatemalan, and then what city? And I just like that. So, but my mother's Guatemalan. But yeah, I literally went to school in Honduras. So that's where I grew up. I grew up in San Pedro Sula Cabaña, and I went to school, learned Spanish, and yeah, that was like where I got my education from, the Spanish way.
But you said you also grew up here too, correct?
Yeah, but I was born and raised here from birth to 8.
Oh,
and when I was 8, I went to Honduras. And then I was out there for 4 or 5 years. Came back when I was 13. And then I had to readapt to this culture and went to school, got my English back, and boom.
And then boom.
Fast forward, became a boxer because I was a soccer player before. Y'all didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was a real good soccer player, which I played for the national team over there for like La Selección. But
good.
yeah, but for the youth.
Yeah.
And then that was obviously when I left, everything stayed behind because of my pops. So I had to just get myself together up here with my mother, which the connection wasn't there. You know, it's like just trying to find myself. Kind of hard when you don't have your pops around, man. Then I ran into football, and I ended up playing football. Met some coaches, they took me under the wings. So that's how I got my E60 on ESPN. If you didn't know about that, yeah. So I had an E60 on ESPN because we changed my high school program. It went from like a losing program to a winning program where we went back to back champions.
Damn, he has story behind story, and then you know, boxing.
Then I went to college. I played as a true freshman. Ended up dropping out of school because I was still young, bro, and I hated school. And my only reason I was in school, football. And this is where I realized like I can't be here. I'm in a class and I'm 19, and everyone in the class is 25, 30, grown people, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm popping jokes and no one's laughing. They're looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I don't belong right here. So I'm like, yeah, I can't. What's the future look like for me in football? How far am I gonna make it? I'm like, you know what? Realistically, my height, it's like it was hard for me to even get my opportunity. So my skills took me so far, but then the other half, I'm like, I'm just wasting my time. So that's when I ended up dropping out. And then went back to the streets, ran the streets for like 2 years, and now I'm like, yo, I gotta get my life together. And I don't know what to do. You know what I try to do though? I try to enlist myself in the Army. I tried the Army, Navy, all 4 branches, and I got denied because of my tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have been fucking, I don't know, in war right now. I literally, so I ended up, I got denied. I'm like, bro, so what the fuck am I really gonna do? Then, for some reason, I was watching TV, I was smoking a joint. Bro, I was high as fuck, and then I started watching Mayweather, and I'm like, I'm a visual learner. So he did a pull counter, I'm like, bro, I could do that. Like, let me try to box. The next day, I went to Wild Card. Wild Card is down the street from Bernston, my high school. Walked in there, I'm like, yo, what's the whole process to become a professional? I'm like, oh, you got amateur fight, get some experience, and if it goes well, you can turn pro. I'm like, all right, bet. That was the start. I didn't waste no time, bro. And fast forward, here I am.
And speaking of where you are today, so what is your record?
14-1.
14-1.
14-1. I was number 1 in the world before I lost. Dropped down to number 6. I'm currently number 2 now. WBA. I got 4 belts, 4 belts. I got the WBA Continental, WBA North Continental, and I got a ABO belt, and I'm collecting more belts.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
When you took your first loss, like, how did it affect you mentally? Like, what did it do to you mentally?
Nah, so because I play sports, and I've always won. Like winning has always been in me. Not in a cocky way. It was just like good experience. But because you play football, I mean, we've lost 1 or 2 games. You feel me? So it's not about you crying, complaining. It's more about like, all right, what went wrong? Let's fix the mistakes and you keep pushing forward. So that was like my approach with boxing. But because boxing is a different sport where like you take a loss, it's like it's the end of the world. So people started talking and they try to pull me down and he's all hyped, this, that. So my goal was like, all right, I'm about to show them like it ain't that. Like a loss don't determine who I am. You feel me? So I just took it on the chin. I'm like, yo, let's keep pushing forward. And I fought again, won, and I climbed back to the top. I did it one time, I could do it again. And if I fail, I'm gonna do it again. I've only been doing this for 8 years, so think about it. For me to be doing this in a short period of time to be where I'm at, let's not forget about that. Just because I lost, it doesn't take away what I did. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I couldn't agree with you more. I just wanted to hear
when you
in
lose,
your
but
brain.
when you lose, it's hard to forget about what you actually went and just really pay attention to like this moment where I lost, right? Let me remove myself, take a step back, and all right, don't forget about this right here, this journey where like you succeeded, you made it happen, you got to the world title in 3 years. Cause when I turned pro 2021, my first world title was 24. So how quick did I do that? You feel? So I gotta give credit to myself and just tell me like I lack experience, I learned, I got what I need. Next time I get the opportunity, which I will soon, it won't go that way, bro. I'm gonna lock it in. Cause I know what to expect. I already saw. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
And listen.
Oh, what?
Like, another big part, like the people I've been around. I mean, you've been around Regis. They've been prepping. That's why I hang around with them. It's not about, oh, he's cool, he's hanging around with these other boxes. It's not about that. Because I feel like a lot of people do that. Oh, let me hang around with this person because of status. Yeah. Nah, I'm not on that. I'm trying to learn so I can pick up game. Because Regis, he's done it twice. And he's lost. He lost and came back and turned. Surdo, same. Champion, lost, champion. So for me, it was like, I got to pick up the game. So I've been picking up games. So when my moment comes, I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not behind. I don't got to go through it, learn from other people's experiences. And boom, Scrappy.